Hello everyone. Today we are going to build a complete CRUD system using GEMVC. If you haven't installed GEMVC yet, please check the installation video. This session is already documented on the official website. The links are in the description. As you can see, I have opened the project we created in the last session. I'm using Visual Studio Code, but you can continue with your preferred IDE such as Cursor. If folder icons in your system look different from mine, it's because I'm using Material Icon Theme. Feel free to install it if you like it. Before we begin, ensure you have a running GEMVC container. Check the index/index endpoint. Verify if you can see database ready. Otherwise, you must run CLI command db init. It's already covered in the last session. You should also have one HTTP client for testing your API. I recommend Postman. In GEMVC, your application resides in the app folder in the project root. Here, you'll see 4 directories, each representing a layer of GEMVC. API layer, controller layer, model layer, and table layer. It's good to know that GEMVC does not force anything. It only provides recommendations. You can bypass any layer if you wish. Thought, it is not recommended. Also, GEMVC provides tools to match your code style, unify team development, and ensure API endpoint uniformity to keep your team's development in harmony. We will discuss this feature later on. GEMVC layers. API layer. Responsible for request sanitization, authentication, and dispatching the sanitized request to the controller. Inside the API folder, you'll notice classes like APM, GEMVC Assistant, GEMVC Monitoring, Index, and User. These are created during installation process. You can ignore them for now. Controller layer. The orchestrator of models. It maps incoming requests to the logic. Model layer. The home of your application logic. Table layer handles database interaction and SQL to PHP mapping. GEMVC equipped with powerful CLI commands. Imagine we need to manage a company object with name and description properties. To generate full CRUD service for company, open your terminal and type vendor bin GEMVC create CRUD company and press enter. As you can see, this single command instantly generates 4 clean essential layers. Company.php in API folder. Company controller.php in controller folder. Company model.php in the model layer. Company table.php in the table layer. Now let's open company.php in the API layer. You'll find 5 essential CRUD methods. Create, read to retrieve a single object, update, delete, and powerful list method with built-in pagination, search and filtering. Each of these represent an endpoint, such as company create, company update, and so on. Also, company table is created in table layer, but our database has no idea about it yet. We must migrate this class to the database to create an actual table. For that, we use CLI migrate command. The migrate command will check the company table structure based on this class's properties, type map, values, define schema, and the get table. It will create a table exactly as you defined. You can rename your table before migration if you wish. Let's run the command vendor bin GEMVC db migrate company table and press enter. We can check the migration result with the describe command. We need to provide table name, which in our case is companies. Its return value of get table method in company table. Let's type command in the terminal. Vendor bin GEMVC db describe companies and press enter. As you can see, the database table matches our class properties perfectly. Now the best part. Navigate to your documentation endpoint. Yes, we have an out-of-the-box API documentation endpoint, and the company endpoint is right there. Click Export to Postman. Import generated file into your Postman. And you will have a full ready-to-use collection organized into folders. Let's check the company. You see create, read, update, list, delete. Let's send a request for our first company. Read, retrieve it by ID. Update, modify the description. Create another one. List, see all companies. Delete, remove company ID 1. Checklist again. It's gone. Everything works fine. And there you have it. In just few minutes, we built a fully functional, sanitized, and documented CRUD system. That is the efficiency of GEMVC. In the next video, we will dive deeper into API layers and advanced documentation. Thanks for watching. I'm Ali Khorsanfard, the architect of GEMVC.